Welcome to 5 Minute Friday.
Oh, today is a good day. Look at that. Look at that book. That's right. Now you need to take a good look because I'm on that book. And guess what? You need to order it from me. Why? Because I pour my heart and soul out. I really do. Like, there were so many tears on this book. You would not believe it. So there are 24 authors in this book, and I am lucky enough to be one of them. And it's Forgiveness, Healing of the Soul. So for the next 4 weeks, I'm going to grab 4 of my friends because lucky me, I got to be a co-author, and 4 of my beautiful friends from Australia are also authors in this book. So each week for the next month, I'm going to read it. No, I'm not going to read a chapter. I might read a bit of a chapter of mine, actually. I'm going to share a quote from each one of these stories because I think that by reading and sharing something from each single person, you're going to resonate with it, because forgiveness is different for everybody. Not everyone's going to go out and buy a forgiveness book. Like, I probably wouldn't go out and buy a forgiveness book. But because you know me, you're definitely going to go out and buy a forgiveness book. So what I'm going to do for you today, instead of sharing a quote with you, I'm going to give you a little teaser about my chapter. What? I'm not even going to go into detail. I'm just going to read the intro. So brace yourself. It's going to be over and done with, right? I haven't read it. I'm just going to get Sam to pull it up on the computer. I don't have the book in front of me. It's just like little notes there, but I'm going to share it with you. So brace yourself, because this is me from the heart, opening my heart to you, being really vulnerable. So we'll have no judgment, right? And I'm not one of those professionals that can just go out and read their chapter. Like, they have the right body language and the eye contact. I'm not that person. So I'm just going to read it. Ready, spaghetti, and go. So it's chapter 17, Freedom Through Forgiveness, by Ursula Arthurs. That's me, right? I dedicate my chapter to my wife, who taught me to say yes when I really wanted to say no. With a direct and assertive tone, I looked him straight in the eye and said, "That's not an option. She won't have him." I guess he wasn't expecting that, or at least that's what I gathered from observing his body language. He stopped writing, lifted his head in a slightly tilted manner, and replied, "Well, that's the address I've been given." Without giving him time to finish his sentence, I was shaking my head from side to side, saying, "No, that is not going to happen." I could feel my heart racing, and I was aware that blood was rushing to my face. My jaw was tight and my fists were clenched. There was no time to think about it, because I knew with every cell in my body that I would not put my mum in that position again. And that's how my chapter starts. And I just wanted to share with you the reason that I decided to write this chapter. I decided that initially, when I signed up for this book, full transparency, I just thought it was going to be a piece of piss and I was going to glide through it and everything was going to be fine and everything was going to be okay. And I wasn't even going to touch the surface. And I'd heard lots of authors say that, you know, writing a book is healing. Whatever. Well, let me tell you, it was healing, because I thought, actually, I'm going to I decided, and because I had all these different things that I could have forgiveness on. And I thought, I've done a lot of work on forgiveness and moving through and transitioning through and leveling up my thinking. And I thought, I've really been hiding a secret for the last 2 years. And when I say I've been hiding a secret, or I have a secret, I just decided to keep it to myself, because everyone else has got this shit going on in their life, right? So I thought I could either jump in and just share from the heart what was happening, or I could just shut down and pick something that was really easy. So I decided that I was going to go the hard route. I know. Why would I do that? And I'll share with you why. Because the last 2 years have been a real challenge for me, a real challenge for me and Sam, a real challenge for my family. And it's been a really hard road. And, you know, it hasn't been easy. And unfortunately, I didn't have access to the people that I needed to have access to help me get through it. So I thought I could keep staying behind the shadows, or I could just own it and step forward and share my story. I could just share my truth, and I could be open and honest and vulnerable. So I did. And so there's a part of me that once this book is out, I'm shitting myself, because I know that there's people out there that have had no idea what's been going on in my life, no idea what's been happening in our world. And a lot of people are going to be shocked. And a lot of people are, maybe they're going to judge. I don't know. I'm not worried about the judgment. I guess the sad thing for me is that I really wanted the happy ending. And when I finished writing this chapter, and there was a lot of processing and a lot of emotion, it was looking like I might get the happy ending. And when we flew out to Tahiti, the happy ending came crashing down. So, and I'll share with you with that after you've read the book and you've read the chapter. But one of the main reasons that I wanted to dig deep is I didn't want this journey to just be done and dusted. I wanted this journey to be a journey, to be just that. And I learned a hell of a lot of things along the way. And what I learned most of all was how to forgive myself. So I really hope and I trust and believe that by sharing my message, I truly hope that by me being vulnerable, I get to help just one family. And maybe I get to help someone that was just like me, that really needed help and didn't know who to turn to. And maybe I get to help a family by just sharing my journey. And hopefully, you'll go and buy the book, right? That's your role. So I'm going to drop a link down below, and I'm going to have a huge giveaway. So for everybody that purchases the book through my link, so you can't go to Amazon, you got to come through my link. I'm actually going to run a forgiveness workshop, and it's going to be about a 2-hour workshop. So we're going to embrace the emotion of forgiveness so that we can move through, we can let go of that baggage, we can share openly and honestly with vulnerability, we can embrace our courage and our bravery so we can be seen and we can be heard, and together we get to work through forgiveness. And I'm going to gift that to every single person that ends up buying this book, purchasing this book, because it's going to be a great Christmas present, because there's 24 stories in there. There's 24 amazing transformational stories. And I've been privy to reading, so many of them that I know that they're going to change your life. I know it's going to be one of the best gifts you can give away for Christmas. And we get to hang out over Zoom and do a forgiveness workshop. So there's my 5-Minute Friday. How long did we last? I went into 8 minutes. Whoopsie doodles. Catherine's next week. So Catherine, you're allowed 3 minutes. No. So there we go. The new book is out for the month of November. Forgiveness. Let me see. Alicia Wade, loving you. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Alicia. Forgiveness, healing of the soul. Until next Friday, when I share with you Catherine's beautiful journey, have an amazing week. And remember, as Robin Banks says, don't forget to be awesome.